So, silver on the brink of extinction. Silver's on the brink of extinction, guys. How much Trump's data blackout, fake boom, and rigged marketplace are driving the U.S. economy over a cliff. Silver soars as faith collapses. So, the Trump regime has turned off the instrument panel and screaming from the cockpit that the economy has never been better. Meanwhile, they're quietly delayed and threatened to bury every gauges that tell you if the plane is on fire: the CPI, the PPI, and the GDP, the monthly jobs report. Headline: Economy do not look at screens. In November, the White House moved from messaging numbers and muzzling them, blocking the advance to estimate the quarter 3 2025 GDP. Outright, while agencies are halted or scrapped, key inflation and employment numbers are released. Officials blame the shutdown and permanently impaired data. They hinted October's jobs and CPI may never be released, a stunning admission that the public is not entitled to know how bad it really is. When a regime cancels GDP, the CPI, and the PPI, and non-farm payrolls, it's not pro-business, it's hiding the crime scene tape section, flying the U.S. economy blind. So no serious business operates without basic financials, yet the Trump administration now expects 330 million people and global markets to trust the economies whose dashboard has been ripped out. The Labor Department has already canceled the October jobs report and inflation report and the October CPI release when the BLS concedes that data may simply never exist, meaning that Main Street is flying blind as layoffs, wage pressures, and real employment turning off the lights does not make the recession go away. So the LBMA and the COMEX and the Hall of Funhouse mirrors. The same government that buries economic data expects you to believe paper metal inventories and price signals of the LBMA and the COMEX, even as global trust in Western benchmarks is evaporating. So BRICS essentially just launched the unit, a gold-backed settlement instrument built explicitly to route trade and bullion around Western-controlled platforms. And dollar rails unit reserve basket is 40% physical gold, 60% BRICS currencies, the real, the yuan, the rupee, the ruble, and the rand. A hard collateral of answer to the opaque, sophisticated fantasy balances the underpin Western metals markets. So the magnificent mirage in Michael Berry's warning shot. Inside the data blackout and metals extortion, the only thing that's propping the U.S. equity indicates is a handful of AI darlings, the Magnificent Seven, with valuations that defy gravity and manufacturing that lives offshore. Michael Berry, who ran the housing bubble before it detonated, on how roughly 80% of his portfolio is put options against NVIDIA and Palantir, over $1.41 billion of concentrated bets, that is AI boom in his bubble, built over non-substance. When the guy who nailed the 2008 is shorting the core of your strongest market ever, it's less innovation and more late cycle mania. Section white. How much is there? I guess quite a bit here. As Trump buries the GDP, prints, and jobs data, Vladimir Putin is walking the red carpets in New Delhi, signing programs to push India-Russian trade from $64 billion to $100 billion by 2030, and pledging on uninterrupted energy flows and deepening access dovetails with the BRICS unit launch, an architecture allowing the 30 countries to settle trade in gold-anchored dollar-free system, including for gold, platinum, and rare earths. The message to Washington is brutal. While you cancel reports, sanction pipelines, and weaponize SWIFT, the rest of the world is quietly building a new nervous system for global trade. So section silver, the nervous system on the brink. So in this furicating world, silver is shifting from forgotten cousin of gold to strategic nerve fiber, running through the solar EVs, semiconductors, military hardware, and medical tech, and hitting record demand. Analysts note that the mine capex is the worst levels in over a decade. Roughly 3/4 of silver output is by product inventories are thinning. The Eastern buyers are vacuuming the physical ounces outside Western vaults. When the silver to oil ratio spikes to levels seen only around historic systems, breaks the signal. It's simple. The world has too little real silver relative to energy and industrial machine in his output. So, Section America open for business with doors locked. A country that cancels its CPI, GDP guys, and PPI, and jobs data while pretending everything is fine is not open for business. I'm sorry to tell you. It is barricaded against scrutiny. Corporations cannot price risk. Households cannot plan. And foreign partners cannot trust a regime that hides its own vital signs while learning others on transparency. Lecturing others on transparency and rule of the law. In that vacuum, capital will mitigate the systems with real collateral. Gold-backed settlement like unit and real-world bottlenecks like silver. While the officials' narrative in Washington insists that the view is great, even as the cockpit glass spider webs and the alarms are cut off of the spider fuse. And look above me. It says silver on the brink of extinction from February 19, 2023, from Silver Academy. Look at the charts. He was right. Guys, get a hold of me. Get physical gold and silver, copper. I'm not a financial advisor, but you need to understand what's happening. Let me know what you all think. Please like, subscribe, and share, guys. And as always, stay safe, keep stacking, keep safe, and God bless.